my friends. Welcome back to Medium with the Mic. I'm Kari, and I got to say, I'm really happy that you returned. I had such a hard time on last week's podcast. I just kept tripping over my tongue. So let's hope, for your sake, that this one goes better. This week's topic will be specifically for those who've had a difficult relationship with their mom or for those whose mother has already crossed over. And this coming month, I have some great topics coming up about crossing over, about hell and the devil, choosing your life path, and dark dreams. So there's some really interesting topics coming up. So thanks for sticking with me, and let's jump into this. This is not the Hallmark version or the brunch and flowers version of Mother's Day. It's for you, the one who might be dreading this Sunday, the one who lost her mom and doesn't know how to get through the day, or the one who has a mom, but the relationship is complicated or painful or just simply not what you needed it to be. The one who's quietly mothering herself because no one else did. This episode is for all of you. And today we're going to talk about 3 things: how to navigate Mother's Day when you're grieving a mom in spirit, how to begin healing what's called the mother wound, and how to find the nurturing mother energy within yourself, because it's there, even if it was never modeled for you. This is a gentle episode. Take what you need and leave what you don't. And if at any point you need to pause and just breathe, please do. Let's start here, because Mother's Day, when your mom is passed, is its own kind of weight. The world is full of flower displays and card aisles and social media posts, and none of it has anywhere for you to put your grief. There's no checkbox for "my mom is in spirit and I miss her every single day and I don't know what to do with Sunday." So let me say it clearly. Your grief is not inconvenient. It is not too much. It is love with nowhere to go right now. And that love is sacred. In my work as a psychic medium, I sat with people who have lost their mothers. And one of the most consistent things that I can tell you with full conviction is that the connection does not end. It changes form. It becomes something you have to learn a new language to receive, but it does not end. Mothers in spirit are persistent. They are some of the most communicative energies I encounter in readings. And here are some of the most common ways that they might reach through to you. Songs. A song comes on exactly the right moment. Her favorite, or one that was playing during a significant memory. This is rarely coincidence. Scent, her perfume, her cooking, flowers she loved. Scent bypasses the logical mind and goes straight to the heart, and spirit knows this. Butterflies and birds. I know this sounds simple, but the number of clients who've told me about a butterfly landing on them on the anniversary of their mother's passing, or a cardinal appearing at the window, is significant. So pay attention. Dreams. A visitation dream feels different from a regular dream. It's vivid, it's calm, and you wake up feeling like something real just happened, because it did. The feeling of being watched over, a sudden warmth, a sense that someone is in the room, maybe a brush on your cheek, or feeling of being held, even briefly. If you've experienced any of these, your mom has been trying to reach you. You don't need a medium to confirm that, though we can certainly help if you want to go deeper. If you want to intentionally connect with your mother in spirit this Mother's Day, here's a simple ritual. Find a quiet place, light a candle, white or her favorite color. Place something of hers nearby if you have it, a photo, a piece of jewelry, a recipe card in her handwriting, or a note. Sit quietly, close your eyes, say her name out loud or in your heart, and tell her you've been thinking of her. Tell her what you wish you could say to her. And then listen, not with your ears, with your chest, with the space behind your thoughts. You may feel something. You may not feel something. You may not feel anything, at least in that moment, but something may come later in the day, a song, a memory, a dream that night. She hears you. She always has. Believe me when I say this, she didn't leave you. She is there with you, still loving you. And if you feel that there was a message, a visit, a sign from her, there was. Trust your intuition. Now, let's talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough space, especially around Mother's Day: the mother wound. This is a term used in psychology and spiritual healing to describe the pain that comes from having a mother who, for whatever reason, was able to give you what you needed. Maybe she was emotionally unavailable. Maybe she was critical, controlling, or withholding. Maybe there was an addiction, a mental illness, abuse, or simply a profound disconnection between who she was and what you needed her to be. And maybe she's still alive, which makes Mother's Day complicated in a completely different way. Here's what is important for you to understand. The mother wound is one of the deepest wounds a person can carry because it goes back to the very beginning, before you had words, before you had defenses. You needed to be seen, held, attuned to, and if that didn't happen consistently, your nervous system registered it as a threat to survival. That's developmental neuroscience. The wound often shows up in adulthood as difficulty trusting others, a persistent sense of not being enough, self abandonment, people pleasing, difficulty receiving love, a complicated relationship with your own body, or a grief that you can't quite name because it's not for someone who died, it's for someone who has never quite been there. This is real grief. Grieving the mother you needed and didn't have is a legitimate loss. It deserves to be honored as such. In many spiritual traditions, the mother archetype is connected to the divine feminine, the energy of unconditional love, nurturing, safety, and belonging. When our earthly mother couldn't embody that, many of us unconsciously spend our lives searching for it in relationships, in spiritual communities, in food, in achievement. Part of healing the mother wound is learning to receive that divine nurturing energy directly, not through another person, not through external validation, but from Source itself, from the universal mother energy that is always available to you. Some people find this through prayer, some through nature, sitting with the earth, feeling held by something ancient and patient and unconditionally present. Some find it in meditation, calling in the energy of the divine feminine and letting it fill the places that feel empty. Healing the mother wound is not quick, and I won't pretend it is, but here are some places to begin. First, name it. Simply acknowledging that you carry this wound is powerful. You don't have to perform forgiveness before you're ready. You don't have to pretend the relationship was something it wasn't. Start with honesty. Do grief work. Allow yourself to grieve, not just what happened, but what didn't. The comfort that wasn't offered, the words that were never said, the safety that wasn't provided. Write it out, cry it out. Sit with a therapist who understands relationship trauma and separate her story from yours. Your mother was also someone's child. She also carried wounds. And that doesn't excuse harm, absolutely not. But it can begin to loosen the grip of the story that says her limitations were a reflection of your worth. They were not. They never were. If you'd like to listen further on this subject, I have a previous episode on healing generational trauma. Use energy work, whether it's Reiki, sound healing, breath work, or simply intentional meditation. Working with the body is essential for healing wounds this deep. The mother wound lives in the nervous system, not just the mind. Here's what I want to leave you today with, something that I genuinely believe can change everything. Inside of you, yes, you, there is a mother. Not a perfect one, those are rare. Not a hallmark one, but a wise, tender, fiercely protective part of you that has been doing its best to take care of you your whole life. Often without recognition, often without rest. In psychology, this is sometimes called the inner parent or the wise inner guide. In spiritual terms, it's the part of you that is connected to divine wisdom, the part that knows what you need even when you've been conditioned to override it. Learning to mother yourself is one of the most revolutionary acts of healing there is, especially if you grew up in an environment where your needs weren't centered, where love was conditional, or where you learned early that taking up space wasn't safe. So, what does self mothering look like? It is not bubble baths and self care Sundays, though those things are lovely. Self mothering is speaking to yourself the way a truly loving mother would speak to a child she adores. You're doing so well. It makes sense that you're tired. I've got you. I'm proud of you. I see you. I love you. It's setting a boundary and then enforcing. Boundaries are not about punishing someone, but put in place because you are protecting something precious, yourself. It's feeding yourself, resting without guilt, going to bed when you're exhausted instead of pushing through. It's saying, I'm sorry that happened to you, to the younger version of yourself who needed to hear it and never did. It's choosing again and again to be on your own side, choosing yourself first, loving yourself. This Sunday, I want to offer you this. Find a photo of yourself as a child, whatever age feels right. Sit with it. Look into the eyes of that little one and speak to him or her. Tell her what she needed to hear. Tell her she is enough. Tell her she is loved. Tell her you are here now and you're not going anywhere. You may feel silly, but do it anyway. The part of you that needs this is not silly. She's been waiting a long time. Mother's Day is one of the most emotionally layered days of the year. It holds joy and grief and longing and love all at once, sometimes in the same heart on the same morning. If you're missing your mom in spirit, she's closer than you think. The love doesn't leave just because the body does. Remember also that our negative human traits are shed during the experience as we cross over. We receive our book of life and relive everything we did to every other person we encountered. Your mother probably knew deep down in her life where she fell short, but in death, she not only knew where she fell short, but she actually physically felt how it made you feel. She is now whole, back to her perfect higher self, and that mother is there waiting for you. She is there loving you with pure love that lives on so many strata we cannot even fathom. Until we reach that place ourselves, we must love ourselves through this existence. If you're navigating a complicated relationship with a mother who is still here, your feelings are valid, your grief is real, and healing is possible. And if you're learning to mother yourself, I want you to know that is some of the most sacred work a person can do. It ripples outward. It heals not just you, but the generations that come after you. It fills you with love. And when you have self love, you are able to love others on a completely different level. You are not alone in any of this. I see you. I love you. And for my children, if you're hearing this, Tyler, Hunter, Georgia, Riley, Micah, and Jacob, who slipped away, I love you so much. I hope you know this and never forget it. I carry your very DNA inside of me every day. And what an honor it has been to be your mother. I'm so happy that we chose each other and hope that your childhood wounds are healed, and deeply apologize for any mistakes I may have made as a mother. We will be together more whole for eternity. I love each one of you so deeply. For the rest of you, if this episode touched something in you, please share it with someone who needs it. And if you're feeling called to book a personal reading, whether to connect with a mother in spirit or to receive guidance on your own healing journey, I would be honored to sit with you. Visit me at sacredwhispers1111.com. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. You deserve the same tenderness you so freely give to others.